Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pac-Man 256. I didn't think that this was going to be the first game that I make an ongoing series on. Obviously, we're saving up for the grid.
Good evening, Your Honor, gentlemen of the jury, ladies. To the court of public opinion, where I know that no matter what you assholes decide, you're going to change your mind a week later anyway. You know those special moments in time when everyone comes together.
And yeah. Really, I wasn't intending to make a follow-up to the last episode so fast. I really only made the last episode because I was bored. But I'm bored again. I've done pretty much everything I need to do for the day. I think the only thing I need to do is take the garbage out. It's only like not even 2 p.m. So I'm at the point where it's like, what the hell am I doing? Or what am I going to do? Tomorrow I have a lot to do, actually. So the idea, the possibility of there being another video tomorrow is super unlikely, to be quite honest. I'm gonna be actually out of the house for a couple days, finally, or for a day. And my intention is to get at least a little bit of filming done for Adam Investigates. Fuck. It was kind of, so I released the last episode of that series, like the most recent one. Essentially what happened was I released Creature on the Watcher account, showing that the monster that Adam believed was in his head was real the whole time. And then after doing that, I realized that I was not going to be able to film the next episode, or the next video for the Watcher's side of the story, at least for quite some time. Because I had several locations I needed to film at. And obviously being a father, you know, there's a lot more of a gap between things like that, because I can't really just look at my family and be like, I'm gonna head out for like 3 days, bye, you know, like, that's not something that I can do, and not something I'm comfortable doing, even if it was something I could do. And so, basically, I had to come up with, you know, little videos kind of off the top of my head that would fit in and not make the series feel disjointed. Because one of my biggest mistakes with my first series I made, Project Evidence, was I had so many videos that I created, or episodes I created, that were kind of off the cuff, top of the head ideas to just, while I waited for my actors and such to be available. And then once COVID-19 hit, it was so bad because I couldn't, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to create season 3 the way that I wanted to. And so essentially that series kind of went off the rails really badly because I had no idea of I had to improvise and change so much of season 3 of that series that it is the final almost three years or so of that series are so unrecognizable from what was originally planned out, that I said to myself, my number one rule when writing Adam Investigates was that I was not going to allow that to happen again. Originally I refused to improvise at all, to the point where that's why there was a point where there was like 2 years without a single episode. However, I kind of, while waiting to film the next part with the Watcher in it, I realized that I had a little bit of room to improvise, because it wouldn't make sense for Adam to just be completely silent after discovering that this thing that he thought was in his head was real and wanted to kill him. I think he would be reasonably freaked out by that. So I improvised him sending out these messages to the Watcher. And so my next video that I was going to release, while waiting to replace a bunch of missing props, I don't know if they were stolen, I don't know if they were misplaced during my move to my new apartment, I don't know what, but so many props went missing that I have to replace. I've had to replace Blank's mask so many times throughout. Like, I think we've had 5 or 6 of those, like, just straight white masks, because they're admittedly really low quality, and because I've moved so much in the last like 5 years, they get beat up in transit all the time, and luckily they're only like $5 to get another one. But it's just so, it's like, that's the most I've ever had to buy the same prop over and over again, because now I have to buy another one. And I was waiting originally until October, the beginning of October, I was going to buy another one, and I would have been able to, yeah, oh god, what's the word? Yeah, so the next, words. Oh god, my brain is fogging. God, I can't even remember what I was gonna say. So I had this idea, and I was intending to, I was filming it over the course of multiple days, because I knew that my next video involving the Watcher needed to have Blank and Faceless actually show up in physical form. And that would involve buying new props, and I needed to wait until I had money to buy new props, obviously, which wouldn't have been until the start of October. Now, the real issue came in a bunch of personal things that happened in October, which delayed that even further, but I filmed new episodes with Adam going to locations from the Watcher's videos that he had not visited yet. Like the forest from Creature, and the park from Reveal, and a couple of others. And I filmed all of them, and they're actually, like, I have them ready to go, but because of a bunch of stuff that happened, I was unable to post any of them. So for, like, now it's been, like, I think 2 months at this point with Adam just randomly going silent. And so I now have to improvise a reason as to why Adam kind of just disappeared. And on top of all that, you know, dealing with, like, you know, trying to explain a whole bunch of other things. So yeah, that's why I haven't updated that series in so long. It's also one of many reasons why I haven't just posted on YouTube at all. I've been posting poetry that I wrote during my spiritual journey. I've been posting like a daily poem basically on my YouTube posts, but for the most part, like, that's really it. And I don't think I'll be back full-time until like January probably. So like, these mobile game videos are probably some of the last stuff that you're gonna, like, some of the last videos that are gonna be out this year. But yeah, no. So it really. So tomorrow, my intention is to film a little bit of that, and I don't know whether I'm going to edit and post all the Adam Investigate stuff by the end of this year. I want to try and get one more video out, but I don't know if I'm going to. I think maybe it would even be better for me to hold off and then post them in January. Just so that I have more time to edit and time to write and time to fit everything together, because a lot of it has just been unrelated little clips I've filmed in character, and then I'm trying to kind of piece them together. And that's unfortunately a habit I picked up during Project Evidence, years that I was filming that. But it's been such a process with Adam Investigates. Like, I've already been working on it for over 5 years, and I don't feel much. We aren't, like, in reality, we're in season 3, but we aren't that much closer to the ending, to be honest. Like, after 5 years, you think we would be a lot closer to the end of the series, or that more would happen. But at this point, like, I haven't even revealed all of the characters that are actually in the series yet. Like,
So hate him as much as you want, okay? You give me like 2 standard drinks and Beauty and a Beat at karaoke, and I'm giving you a Coachella-worthy performance, okay? Even like the Michael Bay Transformers movies, which I know I bring up in literally every video I've been case. Everyone that wasn't a 10-year-old boy thought were the most 5 out of 10 movies of all time, now being reappraised because said 10-year-old boys can use Instagram now and spend posting reels about them like they're a shitty relationship they're in the room with a good cartel, and conveniently forgetting devastating balls teabagging 9-year-olds. And of course, I thought to forget maybe the greatest comeback story of all time, the Star Wars prequel. Because the prequels are lucky enough to come out around the same time.
No, yeah.
People found out what YouTube was, so now anyone can make a video from the comfort of their bedroom complaining about the shitty dialogue and Jar Jar Binks and Darth Vader being so annoying like shit and Jar Jar Binks. Probably helped a bit in making people actually give a shit about what happened in the movie. And guess what? Now, 10 years later, after Disney's been pumping out Star Wars shows a year, and a trilogy that people somehow made even more of a prequel, where we're at the point where I feel like there's more Star Wars movies coming out next year than people will actually care about them. Now suddenly everyone comes scrolling back to Jaws, and they've even got like some of the actors back from the prequels and some
I just beat my best score twice in a row. That was dope.
I'm sure they would have really appreciated that 20 years earlier whenever I was sending them death threats over a kids movie.
We're making Jedi General Warrior fucking microwave going off.
And same goes for movies like Speed Racers. I'm glad people are finally starting to realize it's actually one of the greatest movies. Even the old Mario movie that I will defend until my last dying breath. Shut up, this is important. Yeah, it's probably the worst adaptation of anything ever made and has literally nothing to do with the